Hello everyone, it's Birdie here, the Recycled Hippie Chick. Welcome to hashtag Pinterest Play. This is a collaboration that Moss Cottage and I have, I don't know, sponsored, I don't know what you call it, hosted. And I'm going to hold our little instructions up here while I go over them because I ran it off. Yes, I figured out how to run something off on my printer, but it's so tiny that I can't lay it down here. It ran it off so tiny. So we have a few little rules. Make the video at least one craft using your Pinterest board, okay? What this is we are looking at our bajillion posts on Pinterest, and we are going to take one item each month and make it so that we can either delete that item out of our Pinterest and clean it up a little bit or whatever. We just want to start making some of those things we've pinned saying, oh, I'm going to make this. We want you to use the hashtag Pinterest Play in your video, and we want you to give credit to the owner of the Pinterest idea that you used, okay? So whoever posted it originally, find their name or link or whatever and mention it, maybe put it down in your basement. Please put our channel links in your description so we can find you. Birdie the Recycled Hippie Chick and Moss Cottage. And then every time you post a video showing what you did, we will see it and be able to come watch you. We're going to be posting our videos on or about the 15th of each month. We would love for you guys to post your videos whenever you want. And just remember, have fun. So, I've already broken one of the rules. I need to go real quick and see who did this so I can give them credit, okay? Just a second. Okay. Mine is from stencilgirltalk.com, and the title of my pin is called Gwen's Gems File Folder Mini Art Journal. So I will link that in the basement below so you can look her up if you would like to see what the original one looked like, in which I suggest you do because mine looks completely different. I'm seeing something I forgot already, but that's okay. I can go back and add it later. See these cute little red splatters I put on the inside? I was going to put them on the outside too, and I forgot. But anyway, mine is a file folder, and you open it up, and there are 4 tags inside. This is my first tag. Haven't done anything on the back because I just basically like to look at them. This is my second tag, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to make several of these all month long so that I can put these in other journals that I sell. Third tag, this is my favorite because this little cutie right here is my mama, and that was at Lover's Leap in Hannibal, Missouri. And my mom was in high school with her 2 buddies. Look at those saddle shoes. And this is my last tag. So, let's make one, shall we? Yes, mine turned out very grungy. My next one, I'm going to attempt to make it a little more colorful. Okay, let's do it. First thing I'm going to do is I have already gessoed my file folder. Okay, I already did that ahead of time because I gessoed it on all sides because it takes forever for gesso to dry. So I did that, then ran to town with my husband to the dentist, and it has had plenty of time to dry. So the next thing I want to do is fold it so that it'll have the shape so I can kind of see what I'm doing. What I did was I used these little tabs here on the edges as my guide for folding. I just folded it up to the bottom of that. Got that going down really well. Hope you guys are all doing wonderful. I'm sorry, I'm probably bumping you because I have you plugged in and my table is wiggling. Let's see if I can fix it. Okay, let's see if this is a little better. It might be touching my pipe in the back. I have turned my table. Remember, I wanted to use this table. It's a little drop leaf table, and I wanted to use it as my backdrop. And as I got things painty, I would just turn the table a quarter of a turn and keep, arting. And by the end of the winter, I was hoping my table would be painted. So I turned it, and now it's very unstable this way. Yes, it's going to hit it's hitting my tripod is what it's doing. I hate that. I have this pet peeve of people wiggling their table and making the video move. I don't know why. It just bothers me. Okay, now, let's see here. Nope, I folded that the wrong way. It goes this way. The mountain is going to be on the side where you're looking at the pockets. And then these are going to fold in. This will be the back. And I'm just folding them in so that my tabs are hanging out. You guys, my very first item I picked happened to be, this has been like a 2-day project. It took me 2 days to build that. So I'm going to do a lot of pausing and drying and all that good jazz so you don't have to spend 2 days on here with me. Now, this is another thing I noticed. When I want my tabs to stick out, for some reason, it comes up a little short on one side. But do I care? Heck no. I really don't care. When I showed you that, did you go, oh my gosh, one of her sides is not straight? No, you barely even noticed it. So it's fine with me. I don't know why. The folders seem to have been, folded in half, but some type of an illusion with these goes on, and scientifically it doesn't fold straight. So the next thing I'm going to do is open it clear up. This is going to be where my folds are. So I am going to begin painting. I'm not going to paint clear down in here, but I'm going to make sure it's under. And I'm going to paint this side, and then I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to paint this side. What I did with my other one is I just took several colors of blue and painted it. This time I'm going to try a different way, and I'm going to brayer it on with my brayer. But I'm going to put a few pieces of book page on first. I don't know if I really noticed it on this one that I even put the book page on. Let's see if it's noticeable. Yeah, you can notice it here and there. So yeah, I'm going to put the book page on this one. See, that's the thing, is since you have your own freedom to do what you want because you're the artist, you can decide when you do somebody's project that, oh, well, I didn't really notice that, and that was a wasted step for me, or, oh, I didn't really get anything out of that. So when you do it for yourself, you can do it how you want. You can add extra steps. You can take steps away because it's your project. That's what I love about this, is you have freedom. Let's see here. I'd like to have one more of something. Here we go. There's one. Okay. Now let's glue these on using, I'm going to use matte gel medium. My new jug, my big 32-ounce jug. Thank you to those who, actually I got the idea originally from Ricky Tikki Tavi, and then I asked other people what do they think, and they like Liquitex also. So this time I got Liquitex. My only mistake was I ordered it through eBay instead of getting it brand new through Amazon, because I saved about $10, sort of. You can see how empty it is, because when it came from eBay from an individual, they sent it to me in an envelope. This huge jug in an envelope. And it had busted open, and practically 6 ounces of this had leaked out in the envelope. So I don't know if I actually saved $10 or just learned a lesson. So I got it. Now, one thing I did on the other one that I won't do on this one is some of these I put over the fold. And I won't do that because I noticed that it really made it hard to fold. It made it a little too stiff in the folds. So I'm not going to put anything over the folds in this one. See, you learn. The more you do, the more you learn what to do and what not to do on your next ones. It's just so exciting to me to learn like this. You guys in frame? Yes. It is just exciting. And I don't call them mistakes because I still love that one that I made over there. I've just learned some different variations to do it, to maybe make it quicker or more feasible or whatever. It is stinking cold here in Kansas today. I don't know what it is, but I know it's single digits. I just don't know what. You know what? Once you get under 20, it doesn't matter what it is. It's just cold. That's all. It's just cold. My granddaughter, Rosie, spent the night this weekend, and she had seen on, I don't know what, one of her little YouTube shows that she watches or whatever, somebody had froze. They put food coloring in some water and put it in cookie sheets outside and let it freeze. And then when they broke it off into big sheets, they stuck them in the ground and made a fairy castle out of it. And Rosie spent the night, and that's what she wanted to do. So we commenced to freezing food colored water. And I bet it took her, I'm not kidding, probably 10 times of going outside and coming back in after it had frozen to stick them in the snow because it was so cold. Well, I think it was -4. I think it was -1 Saturday. I don't think it got -4 till overnight. So bless her heart, she was just freezing, but she wanted to do it so bad. So I just stood at the door and watched her go in and out, in and out, in and out. And we'd have to make hot chocolate or hot tea and get her warmed up. And then she'd say, okay, I'm ready to go back out again. And she had fun. She came in here in the art room and she tore up one of my egg cartons and came in here and created a dinosaur egg. And then she drew and cut out of chipboard little dinosaurs to live in the egg and decorated them with ribbon and put a hinge on them so they would open and shut each of the little egg compartment things. If I would have known that's what she was doing, I would have had her cut it over at the hinge and just use that, little lid to hinge it. But she was doing her own thing, and I think I posted pictures of those on my Instagram. What did I say? I said, did you bring your iPad? Because it got to be a point where I was just tired and I just wanted to sit down and look at my phone or just rest a minute. I said, did you bring your iPad or anything to look at? And she said, Gigi, I do not need my iPad when I go to Gigi's house. I said, okay. So that made my heart feel good. She must have fun when she's over here. So that night, now I did not put any of the collage on the front. I only did it on the inside. That night when we spent the night, the heater was blowing. I have a little, what do you call those things? Buntings. I have a little bunting swag hanging over the doorway of my bedroom. And over the door of the kitchen, I have this little, it looks like a little Chinese lantern with it's a little wind chime, and there's an angel hanging on the bottom of it. So when it blows, it makes a little wind chime. And when the heater was on, the bunting and that wind chime were moving. And she was like, Gigi, there is a fairy in here. They are blowing, you know, they're flying back and forth, making those flags fly and stuff. So I played along with her. And then, you know, the heater would stop and they would stop and they'd go, look, Gigi, everything's calm. And so that night she wanted to sleep with us. So she was asleep with us. And when she sleeps with us, I don't make it in there 2 hours, because between her and Terry sprawling out all over the bed and I'm hanging off the edge with a cat by my head, it just doesn't fly with me very well. So I got up to go out into the living room to lay on the couch. And while I got up, I came in here and used my circle punch, this one, and I cut out a bunch of circles. And with my pastels, I drew a smiley face on each one in different colors. And I just scattered them all over in the house so that when she woke up and I went in, she had her dinosaur eggs by our bed. And when she got up, I had moved them. I had moved one out in the regular part of the house and another one in the kitchen. And so she got up and was like, Gigi, did you see? She came over and woke me up on the couch. Did you put those things on the floor? I said, what things? She said, there are smiley faces all over the floor. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm not kidding you. I think the fairies were in here last night. So we played that up, and Crappa woke up, and she said, Crappa, did you hear anything last night in our bedroom? Because by this time she had found the dragon. They're dragon, not dinosaur eggs. They're dragon eggs. She had found the dragon eggs laying here, there, and yonder, and said, how did they get them out of the bedroom without me, you know, seeing? So she asked Crappa when he got up, did you hear anything last night in the bedroom? He said, well, he said, I heard something, like I thought the wind was blowing, some fluttering or something was going on. And she looked at me and I looked at her. We're like, it was fairy wings, because he knew I did it. He asked me in the middle of the night, what am I doing when I got up? And I said, hush, I'm being a fairy. He does wake me up when I get up. And he doesn't wake me up, but he always gets up and says, what are you doing? Because in my past life, I have been known to get up and sleep eat. Like I'm in my sleep and he wakes me up and I'm in the kitchen eating cold pizza or something from the night before. So he always is sure to say when I get up, what are you doing? Because he doesn't want me to go in and sleep eat. Okay, I'm going to dry this. Okay, so she had a blast. And I was wore out by the next day. Peanut, her sister, was supposed to spend the night with us too, but she had gone to this place called Aviate with a friend of hers. It's, I think Aviate is a place where you go jump on trampolines. And so she had asked if she could, instead of coming over here, she said she wanted to spend the night with her friends. So that was fine with us. Rosie loves it when she gets, you know, all the attention. So I always, when they're coming over, I always get them their favorite little snack. And Rosie always likes fruit. She always wants blueberries or blackberries or raspberries or something. So I always make sure I run to the store and make sure I've got some fresh fruit on hand. And so she had seen a cooking show that I don't remember what it was called, but you cook sugar and water till it gets to hard crack stage, and then, which is like 300 degrees. And then when it gets to 300 degrees, you put your fruit on a skewer and dip it in there and then over into ice water, and it makes this hard, you know, sugar shell on the fruit. Darcy, I know, okay? I know I'm doing this wrong. I watched your video. I know how you told us to do it, and I don't remember it right now. And I know I'm doing it wrong because I see it going repeat, repeat, repeat. Darcy, on the Misadventures of Darcy, she shows you how to use your brayer so that it's more uniform. And I am not doing it correctly. And look at me, making a line now. Doesn't matter. There's going to be so many colors. It's going to be so done. We won't notice that I did that in a line. But anyway, go to Darcy's channel, and she'll show you on one of her gel plating videos how to use the brayer correctly. And I am not. I know. Hello, my name is Birdie. I am not using the brayer right. I know that. But I cannot remember how she did it, and I just haven't taken the time to go back and look it up. So, anyway, Rosie wanted to try that with the sugar and the fruit. So, I did not have any skewers, but in my art room, I think she said just do it one way. In my art room, no, that can't be right either. Well, you know how it is. Everything Darcy does looks wonderful, and then when you try to do it, it looks like you were in a challenge to do art with your eyes blindfolded. So we heated up the sugar, and I did not have any skewers, so I went out in my art room, and I have these Q-tips that are real long on a wooden stick. So we turned them around and used the wooden stick side and stuck those in our raspberries and blackberries. I got the sugar water going, got the candy thermometer out. I was really excited because I have a candy thermometer, and I've never used it. I'm not a candy maker. So we got the candy thermometer out, got the sugar water going, and it took forever. My stove would not get above 220. Would not, absolutely. It needed to get up to 300 in the hard crack stage. So, 7-year-old cooking phenomenon that she is, Rosie said, how about let's put it in the microwave? I said, okay. So we put the sugar water in the microwave to try to get it to go hotter, and it did, but we couldn't set the thermometer in there because it's metal. And the first 5 minutes I put it on, it had raised the temperature, but not enough. So we put it on another 5 minutes. Bad idea. And went in the living room, and when we started seeing smoke come in from the kitchen, and she said, Gigi, I think our sugar's done. Oh, it was done. It was as dark as coffee, and the whole kitchen was smoking up. So you can burn sugar water, just letting you know. We had to go pour it outside, and that was not a success. We have one more color to go. I think maybe we shouldn't. Maybe we should stop at these 3 colors. I had a pink, but I don't know that that's going to be very pretty with those other 3 colors. Should we go for it? Because it's kind of a glittery and it's see-through. Should we just go for it? Why not? Let's just go for it. So, yeah. Then she said, okay, there's another one I want to try. It's called Dragon's Hair or something like that. Dragon's Hair candy. And it's also made out of sugar water. But we watched 3 videos on how to make that, and all 3 videos said this is very difficult. I said, girl, I can't do the easy one. What makes you think that we can pull off the difficult one? So she wasn't happy, but I said, no, I don't want to attempt it. I mean, come on. I'll try everything, but not stuff that has to get up to hard candies. I said, we can't get that up to hard candy stage. We have to get there again. It was sugar water, so I just didn't want to try it again. So we stuck our berries on the Q-tips and ate them like hors d'oeuvres and enjoyed just the berries. Next morning we made homemade chocolate chip pancakes, which is a staple. Like every time my grandkids spend the night, we have to have homemade pancakes with chocolate chips. So, and I always have to make sure I have white chocolate chips available in the house because Rosie, ever since she was a baby, when she was a baby and she wanted to spend the night, there was a couple times I have to get up in the middle of the night and take her home because she couldn't make it, needed mom. So then I got to where I said, I have these really wonderful sleeping pills. I said, they are guaranteed to help you fall asleep at Gigi's house and you will not have bad dreams. So we always pray, though. We always pray that she doesn't have bad dreams. She's afraid she'll have a bad dream here and she won't be, near mom. That's why she usually sleeps with us. Oh, man. So I keep white chocolate chips on hand because I had to go in. She had never had the white chips before. She'd only had chocolate chips here. So I went in and got some white chips and told her those were sleeping pills and you have to take 5 of them, I said, and you will be asleep in no time. Well, ever since she's been a baby, she always asks if she can have some sleeping pills before she goes to sleep. So I always have to make sure I have white chocolate chips here so that she can have her sleeping pills. Well, this time they were out of white chocolate chips, but they had these white chocolate, they were shaped like Christmas trees and stars. And so I got those and told her these are the same sleeping pills, but it's the holiday version. So she took those and went right to sleep, and we had no problems drying. Okay, I'm just thinking about something while I'm drying this. My next step normally would be to antique it. And what I did was I took 3 different colors of brown on this one. I took 3 different colors of brown and I took 2 browns and a gold and mixed them together and kind of washed over it and then went over it with a baby wipe to make it look antiqued. Now this one, because I'm wanting to make it colorful, I'm thinking about not antiquing it, but maybe going over it with some gelatos. What do you think about that? That would really brighten it up, wouldn't it? just go all around the edges, and then maybe with my brush and pull it in a little bit and go over it with maybe a baby wipe. So let's just go for it. I know you call us on here to do one of your Pinterest projects and then you go completely in a different direction. I know. It's just fun. It's fun to do that. Everything I do is so dark and grungy, and today I was just in the mood to, you know, just brighten it up a little bit, because you know, colors are like this are not usually in my wheelhouse. Let's dip that in some water, see if we can get that to flow a little better. Not really. I'm liking it though. Now the other one, I had done a stencil, and we'll do a stencil on this one too, right? Can we still do that? I did a stencil before the glaze, and then I wiped around each stencil with my baby wipe to kind of expose that stencil. But since this one's not so covered up with darkness, I think we can do a stencil wherever we want it. Instead of doing a stencil, you know, everywhere sporadically, I did like one focal. See, I did like one focal stencil, and then I just wiped around it when I glazed, so that part would be exposed. Then I went around it with Stabilo. And then I did a little, just scattered stencils in between. So we'll do that. We'll just do it our own way, without the glaze. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and do this side here. Let's dry that other side real quick. Okay, I just went ahead and used the gelato around the edges on the other side, so you didn't have to wait for me for so long. So now I'm going to, I should have just left it on pause, because now I have to find a stencil. Okay, I'm feeling a retro vibe here. And this here looks like it would look really good on there. And I'm going to go all out and use red over all of this, because you know me, I do not know colors, nor do I care to. I just go with what feels good and what I'm in the mood to use. So I think red would look good in my world here. So here we go. There we go. And plus, you know, I only have a little shoebox plastic container full of colors in here, and you know, I told myself at the beginning of the winter, Birdie, you're only allowed to use what you bring in. You can't be running back and forth to the art room every 5 minutes. So I have only been using what colors I have in that little plastic tote. I went out this weekend. I don't know what I went out there for. Oh, to take the books that I've made out and just, you know, store them out there. And oh my gosh, I just stood there and looked around in my cold, lonely art studio and said, I miss you, and I will be back this summer, I promise. Oh, I miss being out there so much. I told myself I wasn't going to take it for granted. You know what? I really want to finish off this circle right here. And let's see here. Could this be a continuation if I... No, it can't, can it? Can I flip it over? No. How can I do this? Okay, I'm going to finish off this circle. And I'm going to make this a circle. And then, oh, no problem. I don't even go down that far. Shaw. Okay. No problemo. So yeah, I miss being out there. And I can tell you right now, this will be the last winter in this room, I think. Knock on wood. I'm going to have to go to another room of the house or something. Because there's a cat litter box in this room, and I cannot stand to be in the same room with that cat litter box. It does not bring joy to my heart. So next year, something has to happen. I just keep turning my stencil because I don't want it the same. See, I'm back to that way. I'm going to go this way this time. I just don't want it the same on every square. So husband went to the dental place today to have everything checked out. Everything looked good. They cleaned and adjusted his dentures, and he can now take them out. And oh, he felt so much better when they adjusted them. There were some tight spots, and they had rubbed canker sores on in his lip, and of course he wasn't allowed to take him out, and you know, he had all those incisions that were needing some air and salt water rinsing, and so he can now take him out when he wants and clean. And so on our way home, he stopped at Quick Trip to get a drink, and he wanted to try a hot dog. Just a hot dog, not on bread, just, you know, he said, just put a hot dog in a baggie for me. So I just put one in a baggie, and he just broke off a piece and was going to try to gum him down just the hot dog, and it didn't work. So he's not ready for solid food yet. It looks like I'm still on the soup wagon. He has been eating scrambled eggs, and he did eat a waffle. He ate a waffle. A soft waffle. He's had a pancake. And all of his meals have been soups or noodles, homemade noodles, or last night I made goulash. And he really enjoyed that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do this bottom. You know what? I don't think so. I think that would be too much if I did the bottom one. I think it would be too much since we did quite a pattern up there. So let's just do something different down here that maybe we could section off. Okay? Let me find something, and then I'll do that, and I'll go ahead and stencil that, and then I'll come back. Okay, well, I don't know. I'm more excited about this paint water. Isn't that pretty? How it's swirling with pink in there. But anyway, I'm not too excited. about the, I thought the black would make it pop, and it really is popping over the top. So, I don't know. I'm going to make it because somebody will like it. I think maybe what might help it, and I might try it here as soon as it dries, is to just go around these squares with Stabilo. I don't know. Maybe I need to add more black just to pull it all together. So I'm going to dry it and let's see what happens. Okay, let's just smudge a little Stabilo and see what happens here. Might turn out to be my favorite thing. I don't know. You guys all know what Stabilo all pencils are, right? They're a water-activated pencil. Paperglass Meadow Stabilo all is what it's called. And water activates it. You can use water with it. You don't have to use water with it. It's whatever you prefer. Okay, let's talk about something. Remember I had my 1,000 subscriber giveaway? Well, 2 of the ladies did not claim their journals, only 1. And then I reposted again and said their names again and said, please contact me. I even put my Gmail address down in the description, and I've got nothing. So what do I do? Have any of you guys ever run across that? Do I give it longer? Do I give them longer to notice it and contact me? Or do I go ahead and draw again? What do I do? What do you guys do in that instance? Okay. This will have a focal point on it. And then we have these. Do I go ahead and go over it all with the Stabilo? The grungy side of me says yes, I do. Bam. And just like that, it's done. I went ahead and Stabiloed both sides. Whoopsie. Whoopsie. There we go. That looks better. Okay. Now, we have it done. Now all we have to do is add some focal points. I'm going to sew down these real quick and pick out some focal points. I'll be right back. Okay, I have gone ahead and sewed those down, and on the front, let's do a little bit of splattering. Okay, let's see here. I need my fan brush, my favorite splattering utensil. That's going to take a while to dry. So, I'll be back. Okay, splattered and dried, and this is I think this is a window cling. Well, dang it. Okay, yeah, it's a window cling, but I'm going to glue it on here anyway. I had a piece of black. Just a minute. Okay, I had this piece of black from earlier. I'm going to, let's see, let's make sure we know where the front is. Okay, so it goes up like this, and this is the front. So what I want to do is, I want to cut this out about yay big. And then I want to, and of course we can't throw that away, right? And then I want to put that on there somehow. Maybe if I put it up here where it's wider. Yeah, I'll do that. Okay, so let's put this one on there first. Are you guys on screen? Yeah. Okay, so let's do this. It's been 40 some minutes, but actually it's been about 2.5 hours. So leave yourself some time to make one of these if you're going to make one. And if you're going to make one, go to that site that I'm sharing in the basement and watch her do it correct. You don't watch her. It's not a video. It's you read it. And she shows you pictures of everything she did. When you open up that Pinterest pin, you say, read it. That's what it was. So you can watch how she did it properly. And then make your own decision. I'm sorry, lady. I didn't realize I was just covering up your sad little face. Well, we'll see if my butterfly fits on here. My idea was to have the butterfly hovering above that somehow. Maybe it would look better. No, I think it'll look better up above. So I'm hoping, since this has some clear plastic on it, I'm hoping that this glue dries clear. So that we don't see the white. I don't know how tacky dries. Does anybody know? I don't know. It may dry white. We'll see. It's all about experiment, like my granddaughter said. As long as we had fun, Gigi. I said, you're right. As long as we had fun. There we go. Now, I'm just going to snip this little tip of the wing off. So there's our cover. You know what we should do? I wonder if this white pin we're just kind of do a little bit of doodling with that white pin on that black space. Okay. I hate these pins. I'm sorry. They look great when you're watching somebody use them and they're working. But you keep them for very long at all. And look at all that white ink in there. Then they dry up if you don't use them every single day. And you've spent, what, $6 on a pen that you can't hardly even use. It's frustrating. You know what I did to make this work? I took my heat gun. It wasn't working. I took the whole thing apart and I ran my heat gun over that. Darn it. Oh, that was the cat. I heard a bird hit the window earlier. My birds just, bless their heart, hit my windows so often here. And the sliding glass door is terrible. There we go. Okay, so there's my front. Now we go on into the inside, and I will cut out our tags, and we decorate our tags. I'll be back. Okay, now, whoops, Caroline on the hillside. Gonna have to shut you off for a little bit. She's been working in her glue book, so I've been gluing along with her, doing these tags. Okay, so what I did was I just took a page of paper and I glued some underpants on it. Scoot those over. Let me see where you're at. Up and down, up and down. I wish I had one of those, some people can see what they're videoing in front of them. I wish I had one of those. See, this should be, I don't know, this should be tilted back. Just a minute. Okay. What's that? What's showing here? Oh, my paintbrush. I have a paintbrush. What is this right here? Oh, it's this paintbrush. Just a minute. Okay, I have two paintbrushes wedging to get you where I need you, and one of them was showing up in my visual. Okay, so what I want to do is I have glued some underpants on here, and now I want to cut these. Let's see how wide we need. I mean, you know, they have to be able to fit in their little pouch. So let's see about, I'm going to do 3.5 for this one. I'm going to do them one at a time just to make sure that they fit. About 3.5. Let's go ahead and, so I don't get that cockeyed. They're really not completely dry, but it'll be a lot stiffer when it's dry, completely dry. Okay, that one will fit. The next one, I think we can do, well, let's just do them all 3.5. Isn't that weird? The last file folder, I was able to get away with 4 inches. Now I have to do them 3.5. There, that gives us another tag for another day. Let's just do them all 3.5. 2, 3.5. Okay. And 3.5. 3 and I think that's a half. Okay. Now, let's see what we got here. Now, how did we do that? Why is that one shorter? How did we end up with a shorter one? Isn't that weird? Oh, I cut this one going up and down, and these I went sideways. What on earth possessed me to do that? Well, anyway, doesn't matter. There's 3 tickets here, 3 tags. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go through. I have decided, you do whatever you want. My other one, I don't know what I did with it. Just a minute. Yes, I'm pretty sure I accidentally did the way. I just took colors that I had used and made sure they were all in these tags. That's what I'm going to do with the other one. I'm going to make each one a different color. You know, a red one, orange one, pink one, whatever colors we had. So let's do that. Let's decide which colors we have. We have this green one. We had an orange one. We had this pink one, or whatever color you call that. And we had a yellow one. Okay, so let's do that. Let's paint over these, and we'll be back, because this is going to be an hour long or more. Okay, now let's do some stenciling and see what we can come up with. Let's see, let's do, are these backwards? There, like this. Let's get some black on this one. Oh my goodness, you guys. I'm going to leave this turned upside down. There we go. We'll do some black on that one. Let's do, I saw a leaf. I like this one. Let's do a leaf on this one in green. Well, I'm just going to fold my black over. And I don't want to wash out my sponge, so I'm just going to fold that sponge over. Let's just go ahead and do what we can as far as we can with our little sponge. There we go. Okay, so we got that one and that one. And let's see here. I'm just pulling, you know, pulling it out of my back pocket is what I'm doing. As we can see. Let's do some red. I need new paints. I'm just going to use the other side of that sponge because I don't want to get it wet. Okay, let's see, what else? What else do we want to do over here? One more something or another. Let's do one of these. What I'm doing is I'm going to use butterflies on all of these. I'm putting butterfly. I just found a bunch of butterflies. We're just going to do butterflies on all of them. I think I'm just going to do a rose over here. I'm gonna act like it's real. I'm gonna do red on the rose. and green on the greenery. I'll just get real professional here. Don't need very much green. There we go. All right, now, let me take a minute to think here, and then I'll be back. Okay, I've been thinking. My other ones, what I did was I went around the tags with a brown stain. See how I went around with brown? This one was ochre, and then I did Stabilo around the edges. These I don't want to do any brown on because I've got so much black in this one that I think brown would look weird. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put my clusters of focal points on, and then I'm going to go around it with this purple one like I did on the outside, and then I'll Stabilo around that, and we'll see how that looks. I want a page to go behind. Well, I really don't know. Let's just start putting stuff on here. See which ones they're going to go on. I think I'm going to cluster, because these are so many of those colors. I think I'm going to put like a piece of music sheet or book page behind it, and I might do it up above. And then on these, I think I'm just going to do that one on there. And I think I'm going to do, what do we have here? If you're yelling at me, I can't hear you. Telling me where to put them, I can't hear you. I think I'm just going to do something like this. I am getting a little overwhelmed and a little freaked out because this is taking me so long. So I'm just going to work on these, cluster them together, and I'll be back. Okay, you guys, we're in the home stretch. Oh my gosh, I have really started panicking over this and getting anxiety, and this has just taken me way too long, and I want to apologize. And the next one that I do, I will pick a shorter one. This first one, I'm definitely learning. Okay, we'll just get through this, and then I will learn. So here's my 4, okay? I had anxiety about covering up that flower. I could not collage over it. I could not collage over those leaves. I just have issues. Yep, you all know that. So now I'm just going to Stabilo. I'm not even going to put purple around this one. I think it's good enough. It just needs Stabiloed, and then I'll poke my hole in it, put my string in, and then I'll bring you back and show you. But I don't think this one needs the purple on it at all. Okay. That one is complete, except for it needs a string. Are we still in view? Okay. I realized how come this wasn't smearing with my water. This is not an actual Stabilo. This is one of those little neon sticks from Five Below or somewhere. Oh, wow, nice Stabilo on my finger, so that's kind of grunging it up around the edge. I like that. Okay. Okay, so I don't think I will even stabilo around that. Another one complete. I'll just put the string on it. I kind of like this one. This is my favorite, I think. I'm surprised my husband hasn't come in and said, "Are we eating tonight?" Because it's almost 7 and I'm still in here working on this. I think we got back at 1:30 and I have been working on this and putting you guys on pause and working and putting you on pause. So this is not a fast project. If you want to do this, plan on a Sunday afternoon or something, okay? Right. You know I can't leave the stabilo alone. I just can't. Stabilo runs in my blood, I think. Okay, now I'll put strings on these and put them in our little folder and bring you back and show you. Okay, here we are, final project. Front of our book. Tag. Tag. And tag. There we go, you guys. My first hashtag Pinterest play in the books. I am sorry it took me so long. I will get better. I'm going to do this all year long, so I have nowhere to go but up. Bye-bye from Birdie.